Today's topic: what happens if you've been cited or arrested for possession of a controlled substance? If you've recently been given a citation and you have a promise to appear in court on a possession of a controlled substance case here in San Diego County, stick around. I think you're gonna love this video. My name is Dod. I've been a criminal defense attorney here in San Diego County since 2004. My firm is located right here in downtown San Diego. We're just a few blocks away from the downtown courthouse. We also have an office in Vista, which is up north from San Diego. And our Vista office is also right across the street from the courthouse on Melrose Avenue. Today, what I want to talk to you about is what happens if you're cited for possession of a controlled substance. Now, listen, this is a college town. San Diego County is a huge college town. We have San Diego State, we have UCSD, we have USD, we have Point Loma Nazarene, we have several junior colleges, and we get millions and millions of tourists that visit us from all across the country every single year. We handle tons of possession of a controlled substance cases. Now, what are they? The most typical kind of case we get are possession of cocaine, methamphetamine, MDMA, fentanyl, heroin, and also prescription pills, Oxycontin, Xanax, in possession of a prescription medication that you don't have a prescription for. Now, what is the typical situation that we get when somebody gets cited for possession of a controlled substance? Now, it could be down at the beach. You know, a lot of party goers in Pacific Beach, and the officers see you and you have a baggie or you have some sort of, controlled substance on you or some pills. You're at a college party and, officers see you, they see something that they think is suspicious, and they see you maybe holding a baggie or holding some sort of controlled substance. You're in a car, you're the driver of the car, you're the passenger of the car. You get pulled over and you give the officers consent to search your vehicle, and they find baggies and other, controlled substances. Let's be clear, don't ever consent to a search. However, if it's already too late and you've already consented to the search and you have controlled substances in your possession, well, you're gonna have to go to court and you're gonna have to get an attorney and you're gonna have to try to work out the best possible outcome. Now, what we do in these possession of a controlled substance cases, especially when we're looking at if the substances that were found were in a little baggie, whether it's methamphetamine or cocaine, other controlled substances, the first thing we do as the attorney is this even a usable amount? Because in order for you to be convicted of a misdemeanor possession charge, there has to be a usable amount. Now, let's be clear. Misdemeanor possession of a controlled substance, that's what it is. It's a misdemeanor. It's not a felony. The laws have changed. It used to be a felony. However, it is not a felony anymore unless you have been charged with sales of the controlled substance. So if they find a bunch of different baggies and text messages and scales, then they can get you on sales of a controlled substance. We're not here to talk about that. We're just talking about a simple possession of a controlled substance. Now, the first thing I look for in these types of cases, is it a usable amount? Can they prove that this is a usable amount? Because sometimes you might have something in your pocket and you pull it out and there's really nothing in there. You can't even use it. Well, did they cite you for possession of a controlled substance with something that's not even a usable amount? That's something we look for. Number two, why did the officer even pull you over, contact you, search you. When you were at the beach, what reason did they contact you, stop you, and search you? If you're in your vehicle, why did they pull you over? We need to figure out why you were contacted, why you were pulled over. We need to figure out, is this a usable amount? And these are things that most people overlook when they're cited for these types of charges. Well, they found it on me, therefore I'm guilty. That's not necessarily true. There are several defenses that you and your attorney can go over. Now, what if the stop and the search and everything was good and it is a usable amount? And here we are, we're going to court. Well, what can we do? Well, what we have here in San Diego is something called misdemeanor diversion. Now, if you have no criminal record and you've been cited for this charge, do not freak out. I handle these cases all the time. I handle professionals, lawyers, doctors, nurses, real estate agents. We handle a lot of cases where you have a lapse in judgment and you've been cited for possession of a controlled substance, and all of a sudden everyone thinks, well, their life is done. Their life is over because they're going to court now and they're going to lose everything they've had. Well, we can work something out called misdemeanor diversion. And what that is we will file a motion and we will let the judge know that our client will do a certain amount of classes, let's say 10 NA courses, some volunteer work, and we can continue the case out for a certain period of time. And if you do those classes, then your case will get dismissed like it never happened. You will have no conviction on your record. It's called misdemeanor diversion. We get these cases granted all the time here in San Diego if you have absolutely no criminal record. Sometimes we don't even have to file a misdemeanor diversion motion. Sometimes the DA or city attorney will just agree to give us diversion. There's another thing in San Diego called CJI, the Community Justice Initiative Program, where you complete 16 hours of volunteer work, typically 8 hours on a Saturday, 8 hours on a Sunday. You do some volunteer work and the case gets put over, and then the case will get dismissed. The problem with that is if you do not live in San Diego, the CJI has to be completed in San Diego. So your 16 hours of volunteer work, you'll have to come back to San Diego, complete it, and then once you're done, then you can go back. But it's worth it. I get cases where I have clients all over the state who come back for just a weekend, do their community service, and the case gets dismissed. It goes away, just like that, just for coming back to San Diego and doing your community service here. We have misdemeanor diversion. We have the CJI, Community Justice Initiative, where you can do volunteer work. So if you've been recently cited for possession of a controlled substance, don't freak out. I handle these cases all the time, and the first thing my clients tell me on the phone is, Dod, I can't believe it. My life is over. I'm going to lose my job. I'm going to lose what I've worked for. That's not necessarily the case. We will do whatever we can to get you the best outcome. We will do whatever we can to get you misdemeanor diversion, do your programs, your classes, do whatever that the judge has ordered you to do, and then we will come back in about a year and this case will get dismissed. You will have no conviction on your record. You won't ever have to report any conviction for any job application for your medical board or for the state bar or for if you're a registered nurse. You won't have to do any of that. I hope this video helps. If you have any questions, please give me a call. My name is Dod. I've been doing this for a very, very long time, since 2004. Hit the notification bell so once I put out a video, you can get notified. Hit that like button and subscribe to our channel. Let's help educate the public on these types of cases. If you've been cited, call me at the number below or call 833-4-DOD Law. My website is www.dodlaw.com. Have a great day.